45 metres around from the North Geelong goal, kicking to the eastern end of the third term. They trail 8-5-53, Winchelsea 10-4-64. And a boundary throw in for Hardingham up against McDonald. Hardingham got it down, Leak. In fact, it was Bogey who ran the other way. Zulik off a step, left foot kick, close to the goals, and I think it's through. That's a great kick around the corner. And a goal for... Oh, God. I knew he'd be here somewhere. A goal for John Zulik, his first of the afternoon. And for North Geelong, their ninth. They go to 9-5-59. They try Winchelsea 10-4-64. Lex to Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard. A minute and a half played. He only brings out his life member badge when North Geelong are going all right, Laurie. Do you know that? The big man who's here. We were wondering where you were, big man.
Has he been to see Kath, your auntie?
I don't think he's been to see Auntie Kath yet. Yeah, go away quickly now. So a good start for the Magpies in the third term. Goal to John Zulik brings them back.
Ball back in the middle. Lovely tap forward by Hardingham for Winchelsea. Coming hard at the footy was Price. Ball still in dispute in the centre circle. Now the umpire surely will put a whistle on play. He does. And whilst he's coming in half-time other games, Thompson 8-2, Bannockburn 4-5, Corio 11-6, Belpost Hill 4-5, Anarchy 2-3, Werribee Central 16-12, Inverleith 3-10, East 8-6, Geelong West 4-7, Belmont Lions 7-7. So from the ball up in the middle once again, ball towards half forward for North Geelong. An infringement there against North Geelong, against Chris Barnett, over the top of opponent from... Well, there's a very fortunate kick. The mark was taken by Williams, but gee whiz, put him under enormous pressure, his teammate there. So Williams now for, well, I reckon that wind's blown up a bit because it seems quite strong in front. Nolan can't take the mark, comes to ground, good work by Davis, hooks it towards half forward. Contest there from behind, put on the tap. Price, lovely handball. It's over the top, a little bit too high there for Bogey. Held without the footy, kicks it off the ground. And Elzinger in the last line of defence takes the mark over his head. Plays on quickly, goes wide looking for Ferguson and finds him with Wainwright on the mark there. Comes back inboard, this time to Longstaff, takes the mark. Held up, however.
Weiss.
He's getting a call from Weiss across the ground, and that's where he goes. It's an absolutely atrocious kick. He's kicked it straight in the arms of Reid. And Reid, he missed an absolute sitter. So let them off the hook. Winchelsea there, but they get it behind. 10-5-65. They lead by a goal. North Geelong 9-5-59. Lex to win them third quarter scoreboard. 4 minutes gone.
Elzinger kicks in, finds Fisher unattended at half back, takes the mark, draws it back towards the middle of the ground. Good kick for distance, and also towards Rowe, who can run onto it and run free at half forward now if it sits. And he can run away from Hardingham, gives himself a backs him 2 bounces. He runs inside 40 metres out and kicks the goal. It's as easy as that. Michael Rowe has put his first on the board. And for North Geelong, that's their 10th. They go to 10-5-65 and they draw level again. Winchelsea 10-5-65. Lex to Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard, 4 minutes played.
Well, fair dinkum, I can't believe that. Just try and paint a picture here. That was a kick off the side of the boot. It goes to the rear. He hasn't had anyone in 10 metres of him. He runs 20. He's only 30 out and kicks a point. Now, you've got to drill them. They're the ones that got to set you up. They're living on that now. They're just they're going to tell him how bad a footballer he is and, how good a footballer Rowe is. Look, you've got to, footy's luck. You've got to take your luck when it comes, and that's a missed opportunity.
So in the middle once again, ball goes up. Weiss gets the tap down. Scown fell over, but lucky enough to recover. Gets a handball to Greed to half forward. In fact, it's further than that. Great handball there from Smith over the top to Barnett. Back to nobody in particular. Smith runs onto the footy. He's put down. Barnett tries to recover the situation. Runs into McDonald, into his teammate. And has been given a free kick for a push in the back. Well, Price and Smith exchanging pleasantries at the moment. The free kick maybe was against Paul Price. I'm not too sure.
Is it?
No.
Yep.
It is McDonald who's come up with the free kick and an opportunity to give North Geelong the lead. He's a
goal kicker too.
Chris Barnett coming towards us with a bit of a limp up. Doesn't look too good either. But it is McDonald for North Geelong. Moves in. They're kicking with the bruise North on this occasion. It's a nice looking kick. Straight over the goal umpire's head. That's his third. He's been very handy up there, Ryan McDonald. And it gives the North Geelong side the lead. 11-5-71 against Winchelsea 10-5-65. Lexus of Wyndham. Third quarter scoreboard, 6 minutes gone.
Yeah, Brendan Kennedy on. It's his first run for the day. Who we got off?
Chris Barnett's
Chris
hopping
Barnett.
too,
He's
isn't he?
got a bit of a limp up there.
Well, so I would suggest Simon Flack won't come back on the ground. His wrist is heavily strapped and didn't look to have any mobility in it at all. So they're starting to run out of numbers. Laurie, North Geelong.
Yeah, well, they're just hard to put a bit of good footy together at the moment too, Eric. So if they can kick a bit of a spray here, that could help their team.
Weiss gets it down to Scown again. Can't take it with him on this occasion. He puts it out to the back of the pack. Cranage gives it away to Nolan. Off a step. High kick towards centre half forward. Price runs back with a flight. Oh, so did Ferguson. Did very well. He might get it again here, Ferguson. He has to run back towards half forward. Wainwright with a clearing kick out towards the boundary line. Scown bears down on it, but he can't keep it in, and it will be a boundary throw in. Out of side, half forward flank. The Magpies into attack once again.
He read that pretty well, Scown. He was just a bit stiff. The kick was too strong.
Yeah, it was a well-weighted kick from Wainwright, but North Geelong intensity just seems to lift it a little bit around the pack situations to me.
From the ruck contest, Lapino had it and lost it. Zulik there, handball over the top from McDonald. Got it away quickly to Scown. Was it a push in the back? The umpire said no.
50-50.
Can't for the life of me understand why that was any different to the one McDonald got a minute ago. But anyway, it will be a ball up. 40 metres out from the North Geelong goal. Hardingham with a big tap down. Off a step though, Scown got it back towards the danger zone for Winchelsea. They have to break free now and get it away through Williams, who might be able to run onto it. Hall will bear down on him. This will be a good contest. Williams keeps it in front of him. Now he needs some support. He wants a safety to the boundary line, I think. Hall is right next to him, and he did pretty well there, Sam Hall. And Williams sees it over the boundary line.
Good play there.
So boundary throw in. Centre wing.
Phillips ran away from it, Laurie, perhaps instead of running for support there for
Yeah.
Williams.
He probably thought he could get it though, Eric,
Yeah.
and set up a movement for him. And
So boundary throw in, centre wing, grandstand side, Weiss and Hardingham. Weiss in front, Hardingham from the side now, gets it down to the side of the pack. Hall's there against Phillips. They slip over though, Price to drive it forward. Terrible kick off the boot. Nolan in the right position, but then got ripped off the footy by McCallum. Now he goes in again. Handball from Longstaff, got a high tackle. We'll take a free kick at half back. And we'll take it now. He's got Rowe out wide. He's kicked it.
well, he's going to make it.
Well, he made Paul Longstaff look pretty good then because the kick was terrible. But Rowe took the mark right on the boundary line. Still at half back for the Magpies. Not much to kick to. Called to play on. Bogey comes at him. He wanted him to do that, I think, because he likes to run. And he goes with a tumbling punt towards half forward. But, it's off the chest of Allen. Goes towards Smith, who can run onto it. Paul Smith doesn't sit for him, though. Wallen's against him. Smith over the top. Needs to get rid of it. Did so. Williams. Rawlins there as well. Handball to nobody in particular. Now the Magpies with the numbers. Greed got it away quickly to the outside of the left boot from Brendan Kennedy and through for one behind to the Magpies. They go to 11-6-72. And they lead Winchelsea 10-5-65. Lexa Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard, 9 minutes played.
So Winchelsea under a bit of pressure in the third quarter. Kicking against the Brews, certainly. Now the chip in. Terrible kick in. And
Greed will make him pay. Yeah.
Greed has run onto the footy. Handball back to Smith. Handball back. They're going backwards, but Rowe comes in strongly. Terrific tackle on him on that occasion. Umpire said no opportunity. Well, he perhaps did take on the the defenders there, and if he doesn't hand it over quickly, it'll be a penalty. But the ball's been handed over now. Another chip inboard. Well, they take some chances, Winch, but that's where they've got to where they are. As Bogey takes the mark, plays on right across the ground. The leads come from Wainwright, 2-on-1. The numbers against Winchelsea there.
Why would you keep it there for?
A great mark taken by Ferguson. Handball back to Cranage. Loose player out wide is Scown. Takes the mark. Can run on but doesn't. Now he chips the ball forward. The lead, they all ran under the football. The mark taken comfortably on his chest by Williams.
He thought about Wallen across the ground too. That would have been double danger.
Well, they're in a bit of bother here, Winch. They've got not much to kick to, and Williams is deep in the defensive area. Well, he's done that pretty well. The ball handball to Wainwright. Now chips along the boundary line to Phillips. Comes back into play. Gee, this will have to be a good mark here. Wallen up high. Nolan nearly takes the mark. Wallen puts the head down. Can't pick it up, however. Ball in dispute, middle of the ground. Right, players going very, very hard. Umpire gives them the chance. It's come out by Price. Does well. Gets the foot to the footy, only just. Now running onto the football, Phillips. Handball to Lapino somehow.
It's got to be hold the ball. The other one was.
Different umpire. So the ball on the 50-metre arc for Winchelsea. Kicking to the Winch end in this third quarter. A lot of players around the footy as the umpire puts the ball in the air. Weiss and Hardingham, they both hit the ball the same way. Shepherding there for Phillips, he's tackled high. No, it might be Wallen getting the at least McCallum.
No, bogey, I think.
But it's come back to...
it's going to Wallen.
No, Wallen. So Wallen now, I don't think he was in the contest. He goes across the face of goal. Reid does well. Handball over the top. He said his teammate... Well, a couple of bad blues, I think, for Reid on this in this quarter. As the ball comes to Greed on centre wing, over the top to Scan. He'll have to be good to get rid of two opponents. He does so. Leake comes back on him. Handball long into the middle to Nolan. Eludes a tackle. Handball back to McDonald. He's across the ground for North. It's Friars drops the mark. Oh, free kick now in the back. No, said the umpire. High tackle on... Gee whiz, I reckon it was about 4 free kicks to Winchelsea, none of which were paid. And finally, as the ball is handed back to umpire Hallett. Centre wing out of side. Good tap forward there. Winchelsea through Wallen, try to tap it wide, but it's North through Zulik. Goes towards half forward. Good work, McDonald. Attacks the footy, turns round quickly, kicks it towards the full forward area. Running with the flight of the footy was Kennedy, can't take the mark. And off hands, it's over the boundary line. 30 metres from the behind post, deep in the forward pocket for North Geelong. 12 minutes gone, third quarter, and as Laurie mentioned, enormous intensity now from North Geelong in this quarter, and they've wrested the lead, albeit 7 points at the moment, as the ball will now come back into play. Picked up by Friars, kicked forward in the last line of defence, mark taken by Bogey. Goes across the face of goal. It's got to be a good kick. It is, and taken by Parrish. Draws a player. Now tips the ball forward, looking for Williams. And unfortunately, skill errors for Winchelsea in this quarter. Laurie letting them down.
Well, it's coming, it's bordering on being ridiculous. So you just got to be careful what you're doing. Nathan Reid's had 2 touches this quarter. 2 that you like to forget, I think. One was a handball, one was a kick.
So the ball now out of bounds, half forward flank for North Geelong, kicking to the Geelong end in this third quarter with the aid of the Breeze. Not too many players in the forward half for Winchelsea, and you'd have thought they might have learnt from the Belpost Hill game early in the year, Laurie, where they went all out defence. But Winch get the ball to Leake on half-back flank, kicks the ball high and long, one-on-one contact. Nathan Reid takes a strong mark. Thought about the handball to Phillips, who was running, and it's wide open there for Winch. Well,
geez, made another mistake.
Well, he's done nothing but make mistakes in this third quarter, Nathan Reid, and the side is paying the penalty. Tried to elude the man on the mark, unfortunately, dropped the footy, and it's turned over now, so the ball will be put in the air on centre wing. In front of the change rooms here. 14 minutes gone. Third quarter, Hardingham. Tap down for Wainwright. The soccer kick in the air. Goes back towards Reid once again. In front, Nolan for North. Can't take the mark. Bowman throws it out. Kicked off the ground by Fisher. It's a magnificent kick off the ground to centre half forward. Well, ball thrown out there by Allen. Finally gets some support from Bogey. Handball straight to his opponent in Friars. Goes to full forward this time, Smith. Well, I guess he's tried to dive forward for one of those marks on 4 occasions so far. Missed the first 3, but this time he's taken the diving mark. 30 metres out directly in front at the 14-minute mark of the third quarter. It is Paul Smith for North Geelong. The opportunity to increase their lead currently stands at 7 points. And well within kicking distance with the Breeze behind him on this occasion. As we see Chris Barnett going toward the change rooms. And, well, that's a nice looking kick from Smith. He's happy with it. I think the goal umpire will be pretty happy with it. And that's goal number 3 for Paul Smith and goal number 12 for North Geelong. 12-6-78. They lead Winchelsea 10-5-65. Lexus of Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. Now 15 minutes gone.
Well, I don't know whether it's the intensity of the game or the pressure out there, but the Winchelsea are making a lot of unforced errors out there, and their turnovers, and they've been very, very costly. I'd say from 3 bad decisions have cost Winch or North have received 3 goals by their good play, and you just can't afford to do that. When you're in a tough situation, you've got to make everyone count and not be negative about it.
Back to the middle, Hardingham, Weiss gets it down. Hardingham worked hard against Cranage, who threw it away. The umpire didn't see it. Scown got a tackle from Price. He kicks it off the ground to a vacant half-forward position. Coming across Reed, falls over. Fisher, he picks it up, keeps his feet, and gets back on the right boot and measures the pass to Scown. Takes the mark at centre wing. They're good players are staying to get some possessions. He kicks into the man on the mark. He kicks in the man running past, which was Wainwright. So he turns it over to Lapino, goes long to Kitchen, up against Elzinger, over his head. Fisher back there again, reading the play, wants to switch, comes across the ground with the right foot. Elzinger's given away a free kick, and Anthony Kitchen will shoot for goal.
Well, if you're the coach at North Geelong, we would not be very impressed with that, Laurie, because North had possession running away and off the ball. That's ludicrous.
Yeah, and there was no need for that. Kitchen over. Stretch for that mark. Ball hit the ground. There, whatever happened there, I was watching the ball, but there's no way it should have come back to Kitchen.
So Anthony Kitchen's kicked 6 goals, won this for a quick reply for the last Magpie goal.
This is his first kick for this third quarter, so he don't need many kicks, does he?
20 metres out. On a pretty acute angle, kicking across the breeze. So it won't be the easiest kick, but he's kicked it.
He's kicked it.
He just looks straight at Anthony Kitchen, who runs back towards the middle. He's kicked 7. And Winchelsea have their 11th. They get 11-5, 71. They close the gap again. North Geelong 12-6, 78 on the Leicester Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. 17 minutes play.
I tell you what, it's a pretty fair crowd here.
It's a good crowd there.
Gee.
Look, just going back to that incident there, Eric, look, that's just prior to that incident, I thought Winch were just flagging a little bit. They've kicked a goal from a free kick, and they're jumping out of their skins all of a sudden. The enthusiasm's back in their step, and those are the sort of things that cost you the game.
Yes, they certainly do, and I felt at half-time whichever side maintained team and personal discipline in the second half would win this game. So far we've seen a couple of errors on both sides, so it's about even since half-time, but back with umpire Ververs in the middle of the ground and puts the ball in the air once again. Hardingham tapped down clearly on that occasion, but to North's advantage. Cranage, he's done well in those centre clearances all day, kicks the ball wide to centre wing. Foot race out there, Simon Bogey picks up the footy, tries to go past an opponent, doesn't do so. Ball thrown forward, looking for...
he ain't going anywhere.
Was it Wall? No, it's Reed out there again. So I guess you wouldn't want to be giving the ball to Reed at the moment. He's just making mistakes. But the ball is out in the hands of the umpire, deep on the centre wing, outer side. This time Weiss, nice tap down, only as far as Leak, however, for... Winchelsea, off hands in the middle of the ground, comes through Warland and Bowman. Bowman picks it up off the outside of the foot. Nice tap away there for Winchelsea, away from Rowe, but Kennedy does well. Gets around his opponent there, has a bounce, kicks it on the left foot now towards the full forward position. Great one-on-one there, comes to ground. All Winchelsea at the drop of the footy. Well, Hardingham wasn't too sure what to do with it. Unfortunately, the handball not too good. Mario Zitko
off the ground on it.
He looking for the soccer-style goal. Unfortunately, this time missed everything and out of bounds on the full. But Hardingham's handball just went astray and almost cost a score, certainly, to North Geelong. 19 minutes gone, third quarter. Very interesting quarter with the ball deep in the defensive area for Winch. Nice long kick out. Hardingham and Weiss on this occasion. Weiss gets a tap down. Cranage picks up the crumb at the back. Handball's forward and as far as the boundary line, and it's over. Ball will be thrown in about half forward flank for North Geelong on the outer side. It's very, very deep over on that side of the ground. So the ball about to come back in, half forward flank for North.
Where was that? It passes.
Some big bloke.
So the ball now, Hardingham, tap down. Winchelsea again, get the ball along the boundary line. Price tries to elude his opponent, held without the footy, play on. Oh, lovely work for Price. Kick off the ground, foot race here, Bowman, first to the footy, read it a bit better than Warland. Huge long handball, 35 metres to Weiss, over the top to Ferguson. Ferguson low into the full forward position, the lead from Smith, and another great mark in front of his opponent. I think there's been a change down there, has it? Is that Edwards on him now instead of Watson? Looks as if it might be, and a great mark, Paul Price. Well, if he kicked the goal in the second quarter in a much similar angle, but from the wrong side of the ground, he's on the right side for a left footer this time, and Paul Smith moves in. Nice looking approach, low into the breeze. Goal umpire pretty happy with that. Paul Smith is very happy. The goal umpire said it's a goal. And that's 4 to Paul Smith, doing something like what he did last week. Kicked 6 after half-time last week. He's kicked 2 in this quarter. North Geelong 13-6-84. They lead from Winchelsea 11-5-71. Lexa Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 21 minutes gone.
It's a shootout of the full forwards, isn't it? This must be set play, this. Hutchison on, Price off. Spell, the coach give a bit of a rest.
So back to the middle.
Phillips off.
Hardingham gets it down to Lupino, but he didn't take it with him. Scown went the other way. Bogey against him. Scown kept his feet, got the handball away towards Cranage, off a step towards half forward. Now foot race, getting across the ground quickly with Zitko and Van Vliet next to him. And they see it over the line for a throw-in, 50 around from the North Geelong goal.
Phil Cranage has had a few touches around the middle in this quarter. As Eric said, he's been pretty consistent all day, but particularly in the third quarter.
So Andrew throw-in.
That's really the key to scoring, Laurie, isn't it? If you can get the ball out of that middle.
Well, that's right, Eric, and there's a fair breeze out there. You poke your head outside, and there's the North want a couple more goals, I would suggest.
21.5 minutes gone, third term to the front of the pack, and it comes back down towards Wainwright. Going the other way though, Ferguson in towards the pocket, and Zitko took the mark. Van Vliet didn't keep his feet, Zitko did. Oh, hang on, no.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds, was it? It was out of bounds on the full. So
yeah.
Van Vliet will take the mark, take the free kick.
And breathe a sigh of relief.
Good fortune there.
So Van Vliet kicks it towards half back. Hardingham, Weiss from behind, in front Hardingham. Oh, umpire said play on. And falls quickly back towards the 10 metre square, coming out and doing well. But the outside of the right boot was Edwards, goes towards Williams. Oh, he should have picked it up at the first instance. He's in trouble now. Oh, it's down the field. And
that was good vision by Edwards, I think, to actually get it out there.
It's against somebody in the North Geelong forward line. And the free kick has gone to Williams at half back, who gives it away to Warland. Goes short along the line towards Davis, who takes the mark on centre wing. Wants to draw it back into the middle. Hardingham, he'll have to be good here. Good play at the back by Kennedy. Got it away. Turnover now. Weiss in the middle of the ground. Goes towards a long lead. Zitko out. Can't take the mark. Van Vliet, good play. Coming in at Smith. They've pushed it back towards half forward. Smith can wheel around on that left boot at 50. Kick over his shoulder. Is okay to Kennedy, who can take the mark on his chest uncontested.
Good vision.
He'll shoot for goal from 40 metres out. McDonald's in the square. Was by himself for a split second, but now have to settle things down, and Brendan Kennedy will shoot for goal. 40 metres out, he's a left footer, so he's on the right side for a left footer. He goes for the pass, and it's okay. McDonald gave him the lead, and he took the mark. We'll kick from 30 out, but still a pretty acute angle. We'll see how he goes. He's kicked 3 goals this afternoon. He's been pretty lively in the forward line for the Magpies.
I think he's trying to keep up with Paul Smith.
I think he is too. He comes in and puts it on the right boot. And I'll tell you what,
I think he's dobbed it.
There's a few sharpshooters out here. One of them's Ryan McDonald. He's kicked 4 straight goals this afternoon, as has Paul Smith. And for North Geelong, that is their 14th. They go to 14-6-90. They lead Winchelsea 11-5-71. Lexa Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 24 minutes played.
Just might be the break they needed, Laurie.
Yeah, just might be, and he's a lively player, isn't he? And there's not too many players around that most times you get the ball, they kick goals, and he's certainly one of them, and that's an asset to your team.
Well, to bob up, he just came into the side last week for the first time. He's a rather handy pickup.
And Troy Grude's another one, pretty accurate when he gets around the goals as well, so they're very lucky in that.
So the ball in the middle, Weiss, nice tap down, looking for Rowe, dives on the footy, tackled quickly, umpire said no chance to get rid of it, and we'll have a secondary ball up, still in the middle of the ground, as the umpire moves in. Ball we put in now, of course all the players come into the centre square, we've got a huge number in there now, and umpire puts the ball in the air once again. Weiss, nice tap down, picked up there by Hardingham, however. Nice tack on the footy by Rogers. He takes the ball to Ferguson. Well, through it. Oh, threw the ball away, and no free kicks at the umpire. well. Ball at centre half forward for Winchelsea. For players held by one arm, Laurie, and
all I
throws
can
it
say,
away.
he must have been blinded by somebody in his vision, because
The sun, perhaps. But the ball at centre half forward for Winchelsea. Umpire puts the ball in the air once again. Weiss and Hardingham tap the ball to Reid. Better handball that time to Hutchison. Oh, nice little chip pass, and mark taken. Is it Wainwright again? Has just wandered down into that forward 50 area and has an opportunity now to have another shot on goal. They need one. Terrible kick off the boot. Just touched there by Weiss. So a behind only to Steve Wainwright. Didn't get much trajectory on that at all. So it is a behind 11, 672 Winch. They trail North 14, 690. Lex to win them third quarter scoreboard. Almost 26 minutes gone.
Elzinger from fullback for the Magpies. Lex to go to the outer side. Measures the pass. It's okay. Finds Cranage. Takes the mark inside defensive 50. Will go now with the right boot. Towards centre wing, Hardingham. Oh, good defensive play. Got it down towards the front of the pack. Berg's there. Runs into a wall. Tries to get it, flick it back, and he did okay. Was that down the field? It is. High tackle.
Yeah, Wainwright had the footy.
And we'll take the free kick. In fact, it'll come back to him. In the act of him kicking it inside 50. So Steve Wainwright, hopefully will, for his sake, and Winchelsea, a better kick off this boot now.
I think he's a running goal kicker, like some players, and when he runs in, when he's standing, that's an ordinary kick as well.
That is an ordinary kick, and Cranage has taken it uncontested inside defensive 50 for the Magpies. Wants to switch play, thought about it to Zulik. Elects, though, to go back to whence it came, looking for Greed. Great kick and great mark on centre wing, and runs away, Troy Greed, and backs himself, goes to the right foot kick. Smith on a long lead at centre half forward, can't take the mark, falls to the back to McDonald. Oh, he could have been away then. Smith over the top of it now, taps it back towards McDonald again, runs through at centre half forward, kick around the corner, coming out, might be able to break free, as Edwards does well. In fact, it's Parrish who gets it wide. It's okay. Wainwright takes the mark and then sets a bit of a task. Oh, yeah, a bit of a task too for a couple of teammates. One of them was Hutchison. Then Lapino took the mark.
They take a few risks, don't they?
Chips it back towards Reid. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be their coach. He'd be pulling his hair out. Pricey won't have much air. Davis takes the mark in the middle for Winchelsea. So they're just chipping the ball. They've chipped it to the centre. Goes to the outside centre wing, just pops it up again. Cranage reads it beautifully, takes the mark, plays on, gives it away. Handball back inboard, looking for and finding Longstaff. His handball out further afield to Cranage, who followed up on centre wing. Scrumbling sort of kick though, and Hardingham can take it on half back for the great smother though by Kennedy. His handball towards Rowe, 50 out, Rowe off a step, long and has missed through for one behind. One goal, one his personal tally. They go to 14-7-91, North Geelong. They lead Winchelsea 11-6-72, Lex to Wyndham. Third quarter scoreboard, 28 minutes played.
So Winch probably need a goal to stem the tide here, get them back, but the kicking in will be done by Edwards, who's in the goal square. Gee, not a lot to kick to. Oh, it's dangerous. He's come towards the change room side. Oh, Kennedy almost took the mark, but couldn't control. Well, see, there's a litany of errors. Hutchison's got no idea where to go with the footy. Kicks it into a nest of North Geelong players. Longstaff attacks the footy. The turnovers come to Greed. Greed from 50. He's kicked it long and high and left. Another behind to North. 1-2 to Troy Greed. 14-8-92 North Geelong. They lead Winchelsea 11-6-72. Lex to win them. Third quarter scoreboard. Almost 29 minutes gone.
Wallen to do the kicking in on this occasion. It's a disease. Trying to get to Berg. Lucky they got the numbers. Now Wainwright goes towards Hutchison down the field.
Yeah, decked after he kicked it on that occasion.
So Hutchison will take the free kick in between half-back and centre wing. Chips the ball out wide looking for Davis. And it's a terrible kick off the boot. Davis against Bowman. Needs some support. Got rid of it, but Bowman kept his feet. So it's going back towards North Geelong's attacking zone. Weiss went left, went right, came back to the left again. Handball back to Longstaff, running into trouble. Handball was okay to Bowman, off a step long. That's where you need to get it, to the 10-metre square. Smith, Zitko at the back. Mario has kicked the goal. Zitko has kicked his third. And more breathing space for the Magpies, close to three-quarter time. 15-8-98, the Magpies, Winchelsea. 11-6-72, Lexa Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard. 29.5 minutes played.
Probably a bit lucky in one respect, Laurie. There's some umpires who would have paid the free kick there. It was a blatant push, but forwards and defenders, it seems to be commonplace these days.
Yeah, no, I won't make any comment on that because I thought there was a free kick there, but that's body on body, they call it. So it's a pretty...
but when you got your arms fully outstretched.
It's got to be an early push.
So ball in the middle once again. Hardingham, lovely tap down with Cranage in the way again. Gee, he's done well in the middle there. Comes up with the footy, but can't go anywhere, so the umpire will put a whistle on play. At 30 minutes, we'll have a repeat performance, still in the centre circle. The ball goes up again. This time, Longstaff went for it unopposed. Ball comes to ground. I think the umpire might do it again, third time. Still in the centre circle, and the umpire will put the ball in the air. late in the third quarter here at Winchelsea. Ball up, Hardingham, lovely tap down. Cranage again, in and under. He's done well. Burrows in, actually gets a handball out. Well done. Not to advantage, however, as the Leak picks up the footy for Winchelsea towards half forward. Can't get a mark.
Is that not over the shoulder?
Well, once again, high tackle on Winchelsea. The hook back towards half forward. Great work, Brett Fisher. Punches away from Reed. Picked up by Cranage again. Handball to advantage to Zulik. Zulik now has to dodge around his teammate.
Oh.
Centre wing, magnificent stretch mark there from Troy Green. Well, he at full stretch, taking the mark, chips it into the middle. Weiss takes the mark there. Handball quickly to Nolan. North are going again late in the quarter. Nolan right across the ground to Scown. They've got loose players. Scown now, he's got the lead coming from half forward from Kennedy. Ignores it. Now he decides to kick it short. And it's too short. Kennedy, well, he finally gets the ball. Great tackle as the siren sounds for three-quarter time here at the Eastern Oval in Winchelsea. Three-quarter time score, so the home side, Winchelsea 11-672, trailing North Geelong 15-8-98.
Only 1 goal, 2 to the Blues in the third term, while North Geelong piled on 7 goals, 3, and they lead by 26 points at the final change, 15-8-98 to 11-6-72. The goal kickers for the Magpies, 4 to Paul Smith, 4 to Ryan McDonald, 3 to Mario Zitko, and singles to Troy Greed, Michael Rowe, John Zulik and Chris Fries. While for Winchelsea, 7 to Anthony Kitchen, 2 to Steve Wainwright and singles to Paul Price and Brent McCallum. 26 points of difference at the final change. We will take a break and back with the final quarter action of our Matchday Live coverage this afternoon on 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.